everyone. Welcome back to Careless Podcast. If you're new here, don't worry. You're in the right place. We're all about self improvement, feeling good, and getting stronger inside out. And I'm really glad you clicked on this episode. So let's jump right in. And before we start, make sure to subscribe down the episode and follow me on Instagram at Careless Podcast. The link will be on the description. I love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to send me feedback too. I'm actually so embarrassed, you guys, because I told you that I will be publishing episode the Monday of last week, which I didn't. I didn't publish any episodes. I just forgot to record. And when I was trying to record, it was on a Sunday night. I was just not focusing, and so I said, okay, let me just not publish any episode this week. I'm gonna publish episode next week. So here I am, and I'm so sorry, you guys. Maybe you've been waiting for a new episode or whatever. But anyways, today we're talking about something I think a lot of us struggle with, including me, and why it can feel so tough to meet new people and socialize. Like, we all know it's good for us, but it's not always easy to socialize with strangers. And I totally get it. The idea of walking into a new place, talking to strangers, and trying to kind of like make the connection can honestly be kind of terrifying. And so yesterday I was with my friends. Story time. Yesterday I was with my friends, and we were talking whatever, and we were talking about making friends. And my friend, she is extroverted. She can talk to everybody and just say hi, how are you, what's your name, which I cannot. I cannot talk to everybody I see in front of me. So she just told me that, like, we can just start with a hi and then it will continue, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do nowadays. But I do have sometimes I just feel like, what if I say hi and they don't respond? Or what if I say hi, they say hi, and then I would just get the silence, the awkward silence, It's just kind of like, it really depends though. But she told me, like, because when I became her friend, she came to me. I didn't go through her. She came to me. She was like, hi, how are you? What's your name? And whatever. And we started talking. She's like, I can be with you. We can go around the city, take a walk, drink coffee and whatever. It was just so fun. Anyways, but here's the thing, it doesn't have to feel that way, you guys. So I'm here to help you. So let's get into why socializing can feel so awkward and difficult, and go over a few easy tips to help you feel more confident, and of course, stick around for the challenge of the week. It's gonna be a good one, I promise you. Okay, so let's be real. Socializing can feel hard for a lot of reasons, and here are a few biggest ones that I think that even for me, it was so difficult to get over. One of the main reasons we hesitate to put ourselves out there is the fear of being judged. We worry, what if I say something dumb, or what if they don't like me? And I mean, who hasn't felt this? Social anxiety is super common, especially with new people, because our brain can't help but think about all the ways something could go wrong. And I just want you to remind yourself that most people are way more focused on themselves than they are on judging you. And honestly, a little awkwardness, like, it's normal. And I just feel like I'm not gonna be like lying to you. People will judge you. People will judge if you're fat, you're small, if you die, if you're alive, I don't know, people will judge you every time, and that is okay. But if you start thinking, okay, I'm not gonna make new friends, I'm not gonna socialize because they were gonna judge me, then you need to work on that. Another reason socializing feels tricky, we tend to overthink everything we say. Like, we'll spend 10 minutes thinking about whether to start a conversation, what to say, and if we'll come across as friendly or awkward. And that level of self-critique can totally hold us back. And I'm telling you this because I'm an overthinker. I do overthink a lot. People just don't know about it. But I do overthink, and sometimes when I overthink, I just start thinking things that I shouldn't be thinking. And that is why I kind of start journaling, and whatever emotion I'm feeling, how I'm feeling, like my thoughts, I write down and I say, okay, I did write down and then I read it again to see, like, I don't know, you guys. I just feel it's so helpful. And plus, I usually draw, I usually listen to music, sing karaoke, work out, dance, because I do overthink a lot, and I just feel like finding new hobbies every time, it helped me be distracted of my thoughts. So that's why I really talk much, because if I'm silent out of nowhere, you should know that I'm overthinking. Give yourself permission to just go with the flow. Start with something small like, hi, how are you? And don't stress over the rest. Give yourself permission to just go with the flow. Start with something small like simple hi, how are you, what's your name, and don't stress over the rest. You'll be surprised how far a friendly smile and an easygoing attitude can take you. Sometimes it's simple as not knowing how to start. Like, what do you even say when you're in a new group? Or how do you find common ground with someone you don't know? There's no magic formula, and the uncertainty can be intimidating. Another quick tip is keep a few fun go-to questions in your pocket. I'll share some ideas in a sec. And remember, people love talking about themselves. I swear, you guys, I love talking about myself 24/7, but I just don't do it because I will be oversharing my stuff, and I do not like that. Asking a simple question can take so much pressure off you, you know. People love when you're genuinely interested in what they have to say. Instead of worrying about saying the perfect thing, focus on being curious. Ask questions, even if it's just like, what made you want to come here today? Or what's one thing you're super into lately? People's faces light up when they talk about something they care about, and it'll make the conversation feel way more natural. Or you can ask, what book are you reading? Do you like reading books? What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite show? Where is this top from? Where is this shoes from? Like, people just love that. And if I'm talking to someone, or even if you're talking to someone and you don't see this connection, and you honestly don't feel like they wanted to listen to what you're saying, you will lose interest of talking to them again. So that's kind of like, pay attention of what they're saying, and especially if you remind the small details of people, what they said while you had a conversation with them, you will be in their minds forever. And it's just something so special, because if I'm talking to someone, I'm talking to them, right? I'm telling them stuff, small details about me, and they still remember. That's another level of, kindness, and I will love them forever. If I say like my favorite color is pink and they remember out of nowhere, I would just be so happy for that. So try to be genuine. If the thought of meeting a bunch of new people at once feels overwhelming, set small goals for yourself. Tell yourself, I'm going to talk to someone, just one new person today. When you keep it small, it's way less intimidating and feels more achievable. I set a goal for myself that I will try to communicate with people, and I will try to match their vibes, because I sometimes I can't just match the vibe because I'm not feeling like it, but I'm gonna try to. Yeah. So maybe you should put this as a goal. Anyways, listen, we all have awkward moments. Maybe you stumble on your words. Maybe there's a weird silent or conversation. It's okay. The best thing you can do is laugh it off. It actually shows people you're comfortable with yourself, which can make them feel more comfortable around you too. So I was talking to a friend, right? I was talking to her, and I was stumbling so much, you guys, at the point that I started to laugh. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. I started to laugh, and she's like, okay. And she started to laugh it too. I didn't get mad because she was laughing or something, because, it happens to everybody, and that is normal. Sometimes people need to normalize things and not take everything too personal. If you said a word wrong, that's okay if people laugh, or you don't need to take that as personal. And use fun icebreaker questions. Instead of asking what do you do, try a few light fun questions. Here are some of my faves. They're weird, just to let you know, guys, they're pretty different. And every time I ask someone this, they always laugh and then they answer. Anyways, the first one is, if you could live in any TV show universe, where would you go? And I think this one is so good because, let me say, they like Outer Banks or they like Stranger Things, whatever. They will tell you about this show and they will tell you why they would like to live there, so you don't have to talk every time. The second one is, what's your go-to karaoke song? That this one, I feel it is so good, especially if you meet someone that loves music as you do, or someone that loves book, whatever. Um, if you were a dessert, what would you be and why? I just feel they're very light questions, funny but at the same time deep. So I just feel like, and then after this one question, what's your go-to karaoke song? I feel, and after if you ask them what's your favorite song, then they will explain, like you will not have to talk every time. Because as I said, people love talking about themselves. So these questions are light and fun and they help you skip the small talk and get right into interesting conversation. Alright, now we've got some ideas for making socializing easier. Here are a few questions to think about. I want you to write down on your notes, on your, I don't know, journal about this question. Just answer them and think about them or reflect about it. What's one thing that usually holds me back from starting a conversation with someone new? Maybe you're too shy. Maybe you think people will judge you. Maybe you need to figure that out to help yourself. The second one is, when I meet new people, what do I want them to remember about me? For example, you want them to remember about your smile, you want them to remember about your smell, about your kindness. I don't know. You need to figure that out. And the last one is, how can I make socializing more fun instead of feeling like a chore? I do feel like you need to reflect about those three questions to discover more about you, and this will help you. Taking a minute to reflect can help you get a clear idea of what you want out of your socializing interactions and make the whole process feel way less intimidating. Alright, babes, here's your challenge of the week. This week I want you to have a conversation with one new person. Just one. Start with a simple hi or one of the fun questions we're talking about, and don't overthink it. Let it be casual, let it be fun, and remember, it's all about connecting, not impressing. And if you do it, let me know. I'd love to hear how it goes. So send me, I don't know, message or leave a comment, DM me on Instagram. As you know, Carla's Podcast is the name of my Instagram account. Every time you push yourself a little bit, you're building that confidence, and it's amazing. And I'm not saying to y'all that if you don't start a new conversation, you're not confident. No, what I'm trying to tell you, you will not have this problem to communicate with everybody. That's for today's episode, my lovelies. My beautiful people, I hope you're feeling a little more ready to get out there, meet some new people, and have some fun. Remember, it's totally okay if it doesn't feel natural at first, but part of the process, and that's just a part of the process. And honestly, every awkward moment is just a little step toward becoming more comfortable with yourself. Thank you so much for tuning into Careless Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, share this episode with a friend who needs to hear it, and keep shining out there. Can't wait to chat again next week. Love you all, and thank you for listening.